to speak on this item? I have no further requests. Comments or?
Mr. Mayor, I've met with the coalition on at least 2 occasions. We've had some very good discussions. We did look at potential sample resolutions. What was presented last week was not one of those. I did, and I have always maintained that personally I don't believe it's the City of Oxnard's position to tell another governmental entity how to act. We need to worry about the City of Oxnard first, and we have a lot of work to do here. And last week I did agree to have this come forward with the comment that I am not prepared that we go on record telling any other government what to do. And the feeling I get from this, and I agree with the coalition, I'm not supporting this, and I can't support this resolution because the way it's presented, to me, it is still telling Arizona and a variety of people that we disagree with a particular issue. Where I disagree with the coalition is I'm not prepared to table this at this time. I think from the comments I've heard here tonight that unfortunately I will probably never be able to be at the same point that they will be at where we will have a full agreement. And I'm not sure that it really is worth any more time at this point. We've tried. We're not at the same location. I don't know that we'll ever be there. And I'm not prepared to do anything further beyond this.
Mr. Mayor, obviously this evening's conversation was not what I was expecting, especially on the fact that I was being led down the Primrose Lane and then we're trying to work this thing out, and at the last moment I get something completely different. That really concerns me, and I'm not surprised, and I would not be concerned if I did not even get a second to promote and move this existing resolution. I think the issue has always been that we have never ever told any other governments how to run their operations. Arizona has the right as a state to enact their legislation. I don't agree with the law, but I certainly have to understand that they have the right in which to implement that. The courts are going to determine whether or not it is constitutionally appropriate or not. That's their call. This whole intent was to reaffirm what we as a city believe in relative to these particular issues. I thought we had made a great attempt. I took 90% of what was said when it was presented to me to try to bring it into some kind of resolution that would make some sense at the same time. And I thank the rest of the council members for stepping forward in those areas and trying to make an accommodation for something that obviously they have a very, very important and strong position. And by the way, I appreciate the energy and the enthusiasm by all the speakers, regardless of what side of the aisle they are on this issue. I think it's important that this chamber be a forum for discussion of these kinds of issues. And I think the discussions were very appropriate. I think the positions, some may or may not be as equally defended as others, but the point is, we're not cast in stone and in concrete. We listen to what has to be said. There are sometimes some prohibitions that we have, and it's not within our power, at least in this dais, to change certain things. We can advocate for change, but the legislators are the ones that eventually make those kinds of changes. But things within our sphere of influence that we have a prescription under the general law city status, we do those things, and we do accommodate nuances, and we do change things that have to be changed in order to make sure that the residents of our community have the quality of life that they have to have. So Mr. Mayor, I'm going to make a motion to proceed with this resolution, and I'm not interested in tabling it. I'm interested in either moving or not moving. And we can always continue dialogue with any organization that wants to speak to us collectively or individually, and that never changes. We always have an open door policy. Does anybody else want to say anything before?
I would make a couple of comments. In addition to everything that's been said, and I appreciate all the comments about the desire to address these concerns, I did make the comment originally that my concern was about dividing this community at the effect of another state who does not represent or resemble our community. And I think, unfortunately, I was a little saddened tonight because I saw that actually starting to happen here already, that given the fact that there wasn't the right language or we weren't embracing the right resolution, that now the City of Oxnard has now become something less than what it should be, and that we now are the problem. In the first paragraph it says, whereas the City of Oxnard seeks solutions that embrace fairness, equal treatment, and due process, and has historically supported policies that prohibit discrimination based on race, ethnicity, gender, age, religion, sexual orientation, and national origin. I'm very proud about what goes on in this community, as one of the speakers spoke to. I also have an invitation for those who spoke tonight, and that is that they get involved with the many programs that are out there. I see Barbara Macri-Ortiz. I've had the honor of being at programs all over this city where we are empowering families, regardless of their status or immigration, to take control of their neighborhoods and better build our communities. I just point that out because we don't differentiate between what communities or what neighborhoods need it versus trying to create every neighborhood in this community to be successful and be part of this community. So based on what I've heard tonight, there's no desire on both sides to embrace the resolution that's being presented or a table, so I would leave my comments at that.
Well, I'd like to move the recommended action. I have no second.
Okay. So there's no action on that item, Mr. Holden?
Motion fails for lack of a second.
Okay, we now move to item